it looks like we are live, so if some of you are already watching, perhaps you can give me some thumbs up to let me know you're there. I've actually got it counting up to 12, 13, 14 seconds, and I've had a countdown on the camera as well. So, looks like I've sorted the camera out, looks like I've sorted me out. I'm not so stressed today, so welcome to Normal Service Resumed, Take 2. So today I will try and incorporate some of those moves that I had to leave aside on Monday because all we had was me on the mat. The minute I stood up, we lost my head, as you know, those of you that were watching. It was probably the most challenging class that I've ever taught, with so many things happening with technology, with camera. Oh yes, there's one coming up there. So obviously, somebody can see me, so welcome. It's lovely to see you, Shelley. Thank you for your photos as well today. They were gorgeous. So I don't know if any of you have seen the challenge I set today. I went out for a walk this morning and I noticed in amongst all the hedgerows and the brambles, all these beautiful flowers. So I took photos and I gave a challenge out to anybody if they were out on a walk. What could they see? So maybe that could be your challenge for the weekend, for the Easter weekend coming up. Maybe you can go out for your walk and see what you can see in amongst the hedgerows. It is amazing what nature can do. Nature is still alive and bustling out there and everything is bursting out. So not too distant future, hopefully we'll burst out. Okay, yeah, so there we go. People, hi Slavka, lovely to see you. And Jennifer, yeah, oh brilliant. At least some of you are there, wonderful. Okay, so I thought what we'd do is we just warm ourselves up a little bit. Something just a little bit different to start the class. So if you come to the top of your mat, I'll turn facing the camera so that you can see me. So nobody can see you, so it doesn't matter. Okay, I'm the only one that's going to look stupid. All right, so just shake your hands. So we're going to work on releasing stress through the hips today, but we hold stress in all sorts of parts of the body, and one of the best ways of getting rid of stress is just shake it out, basically. So shake, shake, shake those wrists, and then maybe bring the feet in. Shake, shake, shake those ankles one at a time, and maybe just lift one knee at a time in quick succession. Maybe just shake the arms up and down. Keep shaping those hands. Doesn't matter what you look like. Go round and round, round and round, up and down. Shake, shake, shake. Shake those feet. Wonderful, well done. And then bring yourself down to lying on the mat. So come down slowly. Take yourself down. And then roll slowly all the way down onto the mat. Take your feet as wide as the mat. Tuck the tailbone under. Lengthen the spine along the mat. Drop the knees in towards one another to release that lower back. Take your left hand onto your heart and your right hand onto your abdomen. And just be aware of your heartbeat. It may be that it's perhaps rushing away at the moment because we've just done that quick little warm up. So bring your awareness to your breath, trying to even out your inhalation and your exhalation. Sink your shoulders down into the mat. Take a deep breath into your abdomen, feel your abdomen rising. And as you exhale your abdomen back down to the spine, gently close your eyes if you haven't already done so. Take a few more deep breaths. Keep releasing those shoulders. Be aware of not only your breath, but your heartbeat. Be aware of your heartbeat slowing down as you bring your breathing under control. Slow, easy, soft and gentle. 2 more deep breaths. Then breathe in, and as you breathe out, bring both knees into the chest, hold gently round the shins, and just rock from side to side, just to massage that lower back. Come back to centre, take a deep breath in, and if you haven't already done so, as you exhale, gently open your eyes. Release those shoulder blades down into the mat. You're going to bring the right knee into the chest. Now, I fully appreciate that to you it might look like the left knee because the camera reverses everything, but I can assure you I've got my right knee holding on to the shin. Take the left leg long all the way down the mat. Squeeze that right knee into the chest, push the shoulder blades into the mat. Then breathe in, and as you breathe out, take your left hand on the outside of your right knee. Your right arm out in line with your shoulder. If you're short of space, then cactus your arm. Just bend it at the elbow. You're going to breathe in, and as you breathe out, you're going to twist all the way over to the left. Try and bring that foot all the way down to the mat. Try and keep the right shoulder onto the mat. Don't worry if it lifts, but you're working towards that shoulder, coming down to the mat. Then turn the head to look at the right fingers and stretch those fingers away. Really stretch from your armpit to the tips of your fingers at the same time as bringing your knee down towards the mat. And you should get a lovely stretch through your glute on the right hand side, through your IT band. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, slowly come back to centre. Bring the knees to the chest. One hand on each knee and circle 5 times one way, and then 5 times the other way. You're then going to bring the left knee in and take the right leg long. So really squeeze that left knee in, holding around the shin. Release those shoulders into the mat. Then breathe in, and as you breathe out, this time right hand on the top of the left knee. Take that left arm away. Remember, if you don't have much room, cactus that arm, otherwise take it long. Then breathe in, and as you breathe out, bring the right knee all the way over. Then turn to look towards the left arm. Stretch those fingers away so you get a stretch from the armpit to the tips of the fingers at the same time as trying to help this knee down. To get the stretch this time in the left glute and the left IT band. Breathe. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, slowly come back to centre, knees to chest. This time, take the hands behind the thighs. You're going to rock and roll from the top of the mat to the bottom, just massaging your spine. Little rolls. And on the 5th one, see if you can bring yourself up to sitting. So this might be where you need maybe a brick, a blanket, or a cushion to sit on. Just depends how tight you are in your hips. So if you get what you require, just for a second, and I'm just going to do a check. Yes, we got everybody here tonight. Well done. Okay. So wherever you are, however you would like to sit, preferably I would like you cross-legged. Okay, but if that's not possible for you, then take the legs long, or take yourself back to the wall if you know you don't have much strength in your spine to sit here for a little while. So wherever you are, sit up nice and tall. Roll those shoulders back and down. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, take the right arm up. Stretch from your hips up to the tips of your fingers. Take the left hand fingers out to the side of the mat. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, stretch up and over. So don't allow this right hip to lift. You're opening through your rib cage. And don't dump down in the other side either. Keep that stretch so that it's coming through the rib cage. That's why you're up on your fingertips. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, stretch over a little bit more. Then start to walk the fingers away from you. This will help to increase the stretch, so you don't have to. If where you were is enough for you, stay there. And again, if you'd like a little bit more, breathe in, and as you breathe out, lift that hand. Keep stretching both sides of the body. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, release the hand down. Bring the arm all the way down. Roll the shoulders. Roll the shoulders. Take the left arm up. Stretch through those fingers. Don't forget the stretches from the hips to the fingertips. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, over you come to the other side. So try not to come forward. Keep that chest open towards the ceiling. Then walk those fingers away if you can to increase the stretch. Don't worry if not. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, and lift the hand if you can. These are all only options. Go with what's best for you and your body. No matter what I ask you to do, always listen to your own body. I give lots of options. Take the one that's right for you this evening. Release the hand and release the hand. Well done. Roll the shoulders. Twice one way, twice the other way. Sit up tall again. So we're going to come forward. So you're going to breathe in, and as you breathe out, take the hands in front of you. You're on your fingertips. So we're not coming down and rounding the spine. I'm looking more to get a stretch from your hips up through your spine. So I'm going to turn to the side slightly so that you can see. So you're sitting up nice and tall. You take the fingertips in front, and you're going to start to slide those fingertips forward. So be careful, don't round. Keep that spine straight, so push the hips back. Keep stretching the spine. Only go as far as is comfortable for you. And you should feel that stretch in your hips. Hips being the second biggest joint in your body. They support your lower half and your upper half. So really important to look after your hips. They affect your balance. So from here, you can either slide the hands back, take the legs long and roll over to one side, because we're going to come into tabletop. Or if you wish, you could just come forward and come to tabletop this way. So tabletop, as most of you know, is your hands are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. If you look back between your knees and you can see your feet, pick them up and move them out of your peripheral vision. So we're going to come into cat-cow, beautiful movement for opening space within your spine, and it also works your arms. So you're going to breathe in, and as you breathe out, you're going to start to round that spine all the way up to the ceiling. Feel the space you're creating between your vertebrae and your spine as you imagine you're pushing your hands to the top of the mat. This will give some work into your arms as you bring the head between the arms. Then we're going to go the opposite way. So take your awareness to the base of your spine and begin to drop. From the base of your spine, drop your abdomen, drop your chest as if you're bringing your hands now towards you. As you bring the chest through and look forward. And we're going to go again, 3 more of those. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, push into those hands as if they're going to the top of the mat. Round, round, round that spine. Use your breath. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, begin to drop from the base of the spine. Imagine you're pulling the hands towards you. You're going to go again. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, push into those hands, round the spine, head coming between the arms. Then release the abdomen, release the spine, as if you're pulling the hands towards you. I've lost count, so we'll do 1 more. Push into those hands, round the spine. This is really good, especially if you've been sitting, perhaps home working today. maybe not homeschooling because it's like Easter holidays, isn't it? So maybe you've not been doing that today, but some of you may have been home working. So this is really good to release any knots in your spine. And then come back to a flat back. So we're just going to circle the hips now. So your circle can be as big or as small as you wish. So it can just be a little circle, 5 times one way and 5 times the other way. Or you can take the hips all the way back to the heels. Come all the way up and forward, or something in between. So again, we're looking for 5 one way and 5 the other way. Take your time, breathe as you're doing it. Be aware of your breath always within yoga poses. So I think that's 5 this side, and then we're going to come 5 the other side. You might be slightly different, one side to the other. That's absolutely fine. We are none of us symmetrical. We're going to be different on both sides, and we're going to be different on different days. So I think that's 1 more to go, and that will be 5 times on each side, coming up. And then just wiggle those hips, wiggle your tail. So reset your tabletop if you need to. So you're going to pull your belly button in, up and back towards your spine. You're going to lift the right knee. Try not to lean over to the left. Use your core strength to balance you. You're going to breathe in, and as you breathe out, you're going to bring that right knee up to the chest. You're going to take it out to the side, lift it up, take it back, and then bring it back to the chest. 2 more. Out to the side, keep lifting it up, and back. Out to the side, lift it up, and back. Then we're going to go back in the opposite direction. So you're going to take the knee back, circle, bring it to the chest, and back. Circle, to the chest, and back. 1 more, circle, to the chest, and back. Well done, bring the knee down. Reset if you need to, wiggle those hips if you need to. I'll turn so that you can see what I'm doing. So other side. So set your tabletop. Remember that core, pull that belly button in, up and back, lift. Bring the knee to the chest. Take the knee out, round, up and back. Out, round, up and back. 1 more, out. This is really working into your hips and the other way. Back, round to the chest and back, round to the chest. 1 more, back, round to the chest and down. Well done. Wiggle your hips 1 more time. Take a breath, take a drink if you need to. So from here, you're going to lift that right knee again. Bring it towards the chest. If you possibly can, look at the space alongside your right hand. That's where your foot's going to go. If that doesn't work for you, take the hand behind the back of the knee and bring it forward. You're looking for knee in line with ankle. The more stacking of joints that you have, the better it is for your flexibility and for your strength in yoga. Drop the hip down. So you're coming into what's called runner's lunge. So come up onto the fingertips, look forward, lift the chest, drop the hips, breathe. Then breathe in, and as you breathe out, take the hips back, lift the toes. So the hips are not going all the way back. It's only until you get this stretch all the way through the hamstrings and maybe into the calf. Come forward. And back. forward and back. So this is option one. When we move on later, if what we do is too much, this is the one that you come back to. So back to where you are, hands down on the mat. Take that knee back. Wiggle the hips if you need to. Wiggle your tail, as they say. And you're going to lift the left knee. Squeeze it to the chest. Look at the space alongside your left hand, or take the hand behind the back of the knee. Bring that foot forward. If you suffer from a problem with the knees, you might find a blanket that's quite useful. I forgot to say that. Just pop it under your knees just to give you a little bit more support. Because sometimes we do have tender knees, some of us. So try and drop those hips. Come on to the fingertips. Chest forward, look up. Get that stretch in the back thigh. Breathe into it. Then breathe in, and as you breathe out, start to move. Take the hips back. Lift the toes till you get the stretch. And then come forward. Make sure that knee stays in line with the ankle. Don't push the knee past the ankle. And back. Lift the toes. And back. One more. Lift. And back. Well done. Both hands down on the mat, both palms on the mat. Take that knee back. Wiggle those hips, wiggle that tail. Oh gosh, what's happened there? Right, just a minute, it closed. That message came up. Hopefully you didn't get that. So, sometimes funny things happen. I had emails come up the other night, so I'm not too sure why that happens. But anyway, so you're back in your tabletop. You're just wiggling your tail. Okay, so from here we're going to go into plank. So you're going to take the right leg back, tuck the toes, stretch through that right leg, then tuck the left toes into a plank. So not up here, because that puts too much weight in your shoulders. Not down here, because that's too much weight in your lower back. So a nice straight plank. Push into the hands, push into the heels, drop the knees if you need to. I know you're strong, I know you can do it. Hold for 5, 4, pull the belly button in, up and back. 3, 2, 1. And then push back to down dog. Now that might mean that you need to walk the feet in slightly to get your down dog. So the hips are high, the head comes between the arms, and you're going to bend the right knee and stretch the left heel away. Then you're going to reverse, and you're going to bend the left knee, stretch the right heel away. And again, get a lovely stretch in the back of those legs. Keep pushing through those arms. Push through the hands, but pull up through the arms so the weight doesn't go through the wrists. One more on each side. Then push both heels away. So you're going to have a choice here. So choose which is best for you. You can either look at your hands and walk your feet to your hands, or for those of you that are a bit more adventurous, you can bend your knees. Look at the hands. Bend, bend, bend those knees and jump or hop to the top of the mat. And you're in a forward fold. Hold on to opposite elbows. Bend the knees if you need to. And just gently rock from side to side. Release the head. Let it just hang heavy. You keep going. I'm going to turn some lights on because it looks a little bit dark to me, although I've got candles and things on it, so hopefully that's going to make it a little bit better for you. So you're in forward fold, you're in ragdoll. Release those arms. You're going to breathe in, and as you breathe out, you're going to start to slide the hands up through the shins to the knees. Slowly up you come. The head is the last thing to come up. Roll those shoulders back and down. I'll turn to the front so you can see what I'm doing. So you're at the end of your mat. You're going to breathe in, and as you breathe out, take your arms up, palms to touch. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, palms down through the center. Keep coming down. Release those hands, forward fold. So bend the knees if you need to. Otherwise, try and push through those heels. Even if the fingers don't come down to the mat, place them on the shins or the knees. Wherever is best for you. As always in yoga, you should not be in any pain. You should feel a stretch, no pain. You're going to breathe in, and as you breathe out, if you've got the hands down, slide them up to the shins or the thighs. Push into the heels, stretch through the spine. From the base of your spine here, through to the top of your head. So it's as if you've got a nice straight back. As I always say to my students, I've got a pile of ironing, I'm going to come along and do it on your back. So I need a nice straight back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, slide all the way down. Then slide the hands up the legs just as we did just now. All the way up, head's the last thing to come up. Continue with those arms all the way up to the ceiling, palms together. Down through the heart center. Keep coming down. Forward fold again to wherever the hands land. Breathe. Slide the hands, shins or thighs, your choice. Push into the heels, stretch through the spine, from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, slide all the way down. Walk the hands away from you and walk the legs back to your down dog. Push through those legs, push through those arms. So look at the space alongside your right hand. You're going to lift up that right leg, and that's where your right foot's going to go. Again, if this is too much for you, then bend the knees all the way to the mat and help that knee forward. So this is where I said to you would have an option. Okay, so you can drop that back knee if you wish, but I would prefer you to be up in a high lunge. You might want to bring that back foot in slightly. You're going to be up on the fingertips, bend into the front knee for a high lunge. Then breathe in, and as you breathe out, push back. So straighten that front knee. You're going to push the right hip back, bring the left hip forward to increase that stretch. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, bend the knee. And back. Right hip back, left hip forward. And forward. One more, breathe in, and as you breathe out, straighten that front leg wherever you are, whether you've got a back knee bent. Right hip back, left hip forward. And bend the knee. You're then going to walk the hands all the way around the back of your mat to turn yourself. So you're facing in the opposite direction. You've got the other knee bent. Push into that back foot, come up onto the fingertips. Again, drop the knee if you need to. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, straighten that front knee. So this time, push the left hip back, bring the right hip forward and back. Push. Left hip forward. Sorry, left hip back, right hip forward. One more. And back. Left hip back, right hip forward. And bend that knee. Drop the back knee. Just for a second. Come up. Low lunge, palms facing. Then breathe in, and as you breathe out, hands either side of the foot. So I'm going to give you two options here, so watch just for a second, okay? So the first option is with the knee down. You're going to walk the front foot over, roll it so that you're on the outside edge of the foot. You're going to take the hand on the inside of the knee and gently open. That's option one, or you can take the hand behind you. Option 2. For those of you that are a bit more advanced, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee. Hand comes on the inside of the foot, and you're going to take that arm back. So really twist, bring the chest round, stretch through those fingers, and see if you can drop the hips to increase the stretch, increase the movement in your hips. Breathe and hold. Wherever you are, breathe and hold. One more, drop those hips. Breathe and hold. Take the hand down. Lift. You're going to walk yourself all the way back. Coming back the other side. So we're going to do that on the other side. So again, don't forget you can drop that knee if you wish. I prefer you to keep it high. Take the hand on the inside of the right foot, bend into that front knee and open. Bring that chest round. Look up to the ceiling or in front of you. Drop that hip if you can. Drop that hip if you can. Breathe and hold. Breathe and hold. Breathe and hold. Bring the arm all the way back, either side. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, take those legs back. Knees apart, toes together. Push yourself back to child, because you'd probably like a rest about now. Take a breath. Take a drink if you'd like to. Take a moment to allow your breathing to settle. I can have a quick look and see who's with us. Oh, quite a few of you with us. Well done. Gosh, I've even got my granddaughter back again tonight. Hello, Leona. So when you're ready, you're going to breathe in, and as you breathe out, tuck the toes, lift the knees, and you're back in your down dog. So push those heels away, push into the hands, pull up through the arms. Bring the left foot into the centre of the mat, lift up the right leg, bend the right knee, open that hip into three-legged dog. Trying to take the right heel to the left hip. Breathe, push into those arms, don't let one bend, push. And then come back to centre, square off the hips, stay with the leg up. And you're going to do exactly the same as we did just now. You're going to take that knee out, around to the chest, and back up. Out, around to the chest, and back up. Out, round to the chest, back up. Well done. Take that foot all the way down to the mat. I won't be cruel and make you do it the other way, but you are going to bring the right foot in, lift the left leg, bend that knee, take the left heel over to the right hip, open that hip, breathe into it, push into those arms, nice straight arms, strong arms. Then come back, square the hips, knee to chest, out, up, knee to chest, out, and up, knee to chest, out, and up. Drop those heels, drop those feet, sorry. You might want to take the feet back slightly now to bring yourself back to plank. Drop the knees, everybody drop the knees for this one. I'm going to turn to the front so that you can see me, you stay where you are. So you've dropped the knees are behind the hips, so you're in a kneeling plank. You're going to squeeze those elbows into the body. So it's like you're turning the creases of the elbows towards the front of the room, towards the top of your mat. Squeeze those arms into the body, pull the belly button in, up and back, and you're coming down into a baby crocodile. Chest, tummy, and you're down. You're then going to breathe in, and as you breathe out, push into the hands and come up to up dog. So again, I'll turn to the side for those of you that don't know. So you would have been here. So those hands are alongside the chest. Push, and up dog is here. If you possibly can, lift the knees and the thighs. But if it's too much for your back, then drop the knees. into up dog. Breathe. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, tuck the toes and your back in your down dog. Take a breath here. Believe it or not, this is a resting pose, but I will let you drop the knees, big toes together, knees apart. Push yourself back. So you might want to take a moment. If you know that you're tight in your hips, then have a blanket, a block, a book, or a yoga brick alongside you, because we're going to come into pigeon. Now, I'll show you, so sit back on your heels for a second, and I'll show you both options, because sometimes pigeon's not right for some people, especially if they've got lower back issues or tight hips. So, if you've got tight hips, then the option for you is lying pigeon. So you come down to lying. You relax the shoulders into the mat. You take your right ankle onto your left knee and you gently open that knee. And then when we switch to the other side, you do the other side, just gently opening that hip. For everybody else, from where you are, in your child's or sitting on your heels, come up to tabletop. You're going to bring that right knee behind your right wrist. And the toes are going to point towards your left thigh. You're going to tuck the toes of the left leg, walk it away to bring yourself down. Now this might be where perhaps you need a brick, a block, or a blanket to support you, wherever you are. But you're trying to get that right hip all the way down to the mat, but you're also trying to keep yourself straight. So don't roll onto the right hand side. If you roll, put something underneath there to support you. Bring yourself up nice and tall, even if it means coming up onto the fingertips. Looking ahead. Breathe. Feel that stretch in the right hip. Then breathe in, and as you breathe out, if you can, come down. Make yourself a pillow and rest your forehead on your arms. Don't worry about me. I'm just moving to open the window because it's been a lovely day and it's quite warm in here. You'll see me melting on the floor. Otherwise, in a minute, I'll open the door a little bit. So there should be no pain. Remember, come to the easier option if it's not for you. Breathe. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, gently walk yourself back up. You're going to tuck the back toe to enable you to take that leg all the way back. And this then enables you to bring the left knee to the inside of the left wrist. Again, set yourself up. You might be different one side than the other, tighter than one side than the other. So remember, those hips need to be straight. Think about it. Put in padding if you need it. You're not doing yourself any favours if you roll onto the right hand side. So get yourself straight. Even if it means coming up onto the fingertips, remember. Breathe, look ahead. Breathe. With every breath, you might find that you drop just that little bit closer to the mat. Don't push it, use the breath. Then when you're ready, and if you can, breathe in, and as you breathe out, walk down, make a little pillow, and rest your forehead on your arms. Breathe. 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 And breathe breathe in, and as you breathe out, gently push yourself back up. So this back leg, if you can, swing it around. You're coming to the top of the mat, remember, I'm just turning so you can see what I'm doing. And you're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Now, again, depending on the tightness of your hips, and they may have loosened up a little bit, because we've done quite a bit on them, okay? So you may find that you can bring them in quite close, or you may find you need to take them out. The knees may be up here, it doesn't matter, okay? Just take them to wherever. You can hold, you can clasp the fingers and hold underneath the little toes. You can hold onto the ankles, the shins, the knees, your choice. Just sit up nice and tall. This is called cobbler's pose, or some people call it butterfly. You can push into the inner edges of your feet, the edge that's on the mat, and try and open your feet like a book, and that actually opens your hips a little bit more. Just breathe into it. Breathe, breathe. Okay, so what happened the other night has just happened now, and that's brought emails in, and I don't want them. There we are, back again. I don't know why it does that. I'll have to talk to my young man to find out why it does that. Every time I get an email come in, the screen comes up. So, but I don't think you see it, because I played the poor challenging class that I did the other night back, and when I thought I could see emails, it didn't look as if they came up on the screen, so I do apologise for that. So hopefully you're breathing into your hips. Breathe. 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 Then take the hands either side of the knees and gently bring those knees back up. So remember, you're at the top of your mat. So you've got your knees bent. So take the feet slightly forward, take the hands behind the knees, sit up tall. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, lift the right leg and down. Lift the left leg and down. We're coming into boat. So these are all options. So if the final pose is too much, then just come back to lifting one leg and the other. Maybe lifting both legs, so don't lean back here. You're bringing the chest towards those thighs. You're taking the arms away if you can. Use your balance, use your core. If you can, squeeze those ankles, squeeze those knees. Whoops, it's not going to happen for me today. It is. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Breathe at the same time. I don't want much, do I? Bend those knees. Down you come. Roll over those knees. Just open them up. Roll forward. We do that one more time. Take the option that's best for you. One leg and one leg. Both legs. Squeeze. Straighten. Chest towards the thighs. Sit up tall. Release if you can. Even if you're shaking, breathe. All those muscles are working. Breathe. Hold the hands behind the knees. Down you come. Take the feet slightly wide. Roll yourself forward. And walk the feet in so they're hip distance apart. Take the arms forward. Pull the belly button in, up and back to the spine. And as slow as you possibly can, you're going to roll all the way down to the mat. So the head's the last thing to touch the mat. Place the palms on the mat. Walk the heels in towards the body so you can just about touch your heels. You're going to have the palms onto the mat. These are going to help support you because we're going to come up into a flowing bridge. So you're going to do 3 flowing bridges just to get your spine working again. So you're going to breathe in as you breathe out. Tuck the tailbone under, start to lift, and up you come. Maybe not as high as you can, just a little movement, and down. Tuck the tailbone under, lift a little bit higher, and down. This time come up as high as you can. So tuck the tailbone under, lift, push into the feet, Push into the hands, maybe roll those shoulders underneath. If you can, clasp the hands and then push those hands away. So the palms of the hands are towards the top of the head. Push away, push into the feet, work your thighs. Breathe. Or keep the hands on the mat, your choice. Listen to your body as always. Take the hands down to the mat and then slowly down you come. One vertebra at a time. Till you're back on the mat. Again, tuck the tailbone under, lengthen that spine along the mat. And take your feet as wide as the mat. Again, take the arms out in line with your shoulders, or cactus arms if you're short of room. So we're going to windscreen wipe these knees, just get some work in your hips and lower back again to release anything that may still be there. So you're going to bring the left knee in, drop the right knee down. Feel that stretch in the left hip flexor. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, back to center. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, over to the other side. Right knee in, left knee down. And feel the stretch in your right hip flexor while you hold for 3, 2, 1. Coming all the way up. So we're going to do a little bit quicker this time. Use your breath. Exhale to come over. Inhale to come back. Exhale to come over. Inhale to come back. Exhale over. Inhale back. Exhale over. Inhale back. This time you're going to exhale, come all the way over to the right. I've chosen the right so that hopefully you can see me. You're then going to take your right foot on to your left knee just to help that stretch down a little bit more. And you're going to turn to look in the opposite direction. Stretch those fingers away like you did at the beginning of the class. So you get the stretch from your armpit to your fingertips. Stretch away while placing a small amount of pressure on your knee to increase the stretch in your hips, in your glutes, down your IT band. Breathe into it. Every exhalation, just let it go a little bit more. Then release that foot down to the mat. Make sure it's as wide as the mat. Come back to center. Then take the knees all the way over to the other side. Take the left foot on top of the right knee. Help it down. Turn to look at the right fingers. Stretch from the armpit to the fingertips. Small amount of pressure on your knee to increase that stretch through the right glutes, the right IT band. Inhale, exhale, release. Inhale, exhale, release. Inhale, exhale, release a little bit more. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, release that foot. Come all the way back. So the feet are still as wide as the mat. Bring the arms alongside the body. Relax those shoulders down into the mat. You're going to bring the right knee up towards the chest and then down towards your armpit. Hold on to the knee, bring it as close to the armpit as you can. Then hold on to the outside edge of your foot or the inside, your choice. Outside is my preference. So we're going to come into half happy baby. So breathe in, and as you breathe out, show the sole of the foot to the ceiling. Keep bringing that knee down as close to the armpit as you can. Breathe into your hip. With every exhalation, your hip will release just a little bit more. Your breath is the most powerful tool you have. You can really control your body with your breath. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, release the foot. Take the foot back down to the mat. Keep the feet as wide as the mat, remember. Bring the left knee in. I'll turn so that you can see what I'm doing. Bring the left knee in. Really bring it in and down to that right armpit. Then hold outside edge or inside your choice when you show the sole of the foot to the ceiling. Keep bringing that knee close to the armpit. Use your breath to enable you to do it. Every exhalation, bring that knee a little closer. Then breathe in, and as you breathe out, release the hold on the foot, take the foot back down. Hands, palms are on the mat, and just rock gently from side to side. So you can do half happy baby each side again, if that's as far as you wish to go this evening. Otherwise, you're going to bring both knees into the chest. Hold on to the knees. Then open the knees and bring those knees down towards the armpits. So you should be a little bit looser by now. So you should be able to bring them quite close to the armpits. Relax the shoulders into the mat. Don't bring the shoulders up to the ears. Press those shoulder blades down into the mat. Then hold on to the outside edge or inside edge of your feet, your choice. Show the soles of the feet to the ceiling. Happy baby. Keep the lower back on the mat. Don't let that lower back lift. You're going to pull on your lower back if you do. It's really important to keep that lower back on the mat. If you lift, if it's too much, if you've got a belt, dressing gown cord, dog's lead, you can always put that around your feet and hold on to that to help you in this pose. Where are those shoulders? Relax them down into the mat. If you have the flexibility, if you wish, you can stretch one leg away and bring it back. Stretch the other leg away, bring it back. Both away, bring them back. You can rock from side to side. You can take both legs away and rock from side to side. Quite a few options. Take the one that's best for you. As always, please listen to your bodies. It's your body. You've known it a lot longer than I've known you. Look after it. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, wherever you are, bend the knees into the chest. Cuddle those knees. Rock from side to side. Then come back to center, holding onto the shins. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, bring the forehead up to the knees. Stretch through and open your spine. Then breathe in, and as you breathe out, take the head down first. Then you can release the legs. So we're going to come into relaxation. So if you have lower back issues, again, walk the feet as wide as the mat and drop the knees in towards one another. Tuck your tailbone under, lengthen the spine. This will release your lower back. For everyone else, take the legs long. Let the feet flop out to the side. Take the arms alongside the body. Turn the palms up to the ceiling to help you release your shoulders. Bring your awareness back to your breath, trying to get your inhalation the same length as your exhalation. On your next exhalation, gently close your eyes. And just bring your awareness back to that all-important important breath. To the cool air coming in through your nose and the warm air coming out either through your nose or through your mouth. Relax those shoulders down into the mat. Just let them go. Allow your spine to sink down into the mat. Just let it go. Allow your hips and your lower back to sink into the mat. Let it go. The backs of your legs, the backs of your knees, your calves, your feet. Just let them go. With every exhalation, just let go a little more. As you imagine that you are outside walking through a beautiful garden. It is early in the morning and you are completely alone. There are no other people around. There is only you to enjoy the beauty of nature. Become aware of the earth beneath your bare feet. It feels cool and very pleasant. As you now see all the plants and trees growing out of the earth as you walk by them. Listen, and you hear a loud clap of thunder. Look up. The sky has become very dark and now it is starting to rain. You are standing on very green grass and you are watching the raindrops bounce off the blades of grass. You can smell the wet earth as you witness the storm. Do not be afraid about getting wet. Just relax and allow yourself to become completely wet. It doesn't matter. It's very pleasant to get wet. The storm has now finished. The sun is beginning to shine through the clouds. You can feel the warmth of the sun on your skin. You are no longer wet. Your clothes are dry and you feel very warm inside. You look up at the sun and you can feel its warmth and energy penetrating your skin and entering your body as the warmth from the sun relaxes every cell in your body. You're now running in the garden. You are very happy and cannot help but laugh with joy. All around in the trees, brightly coloured birds are singing. You can hear the bird song all around you. A cool, gentle breeze is blowing in the trees. You can hear the wind rustling in the trees, and you can feel it blowing against your face and through your hair as you breathe in deeply this fresh, life-giving air. As you take a moment to thank your body for taking you through this evening's practice. Begin to make your breath a little deeper and a little longer, gently stretching down through your fingers and your toes, gradually reawakening your body. Bend up your knees if you wish. Take your arms up and overhead. Stretch through your arms, through your fingers. If you have your legs long, stretch through your legs, through your toes. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, curl up into a ball. Bring the knees into the chest. Rock from side to side. Just massage that lower back one more time. When you're ready, roll over onto your right hand side. Keep your eyes closed if you possibly can, as you push yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Sit up nice and tall. Make space through your spine, from your sacrum through your spine. Roll those shoulders back and down, stretch up through your neck, through the crown of your head. As you bring your palms together at heart centre and gently bow your heads. And remember, a moment of patience in a moment of anger saves you 100 moments of regret. Thank you each and every one of you for practicing with me this evening. It's been lovely to have your company. I've seen there's quite a few of you have joined me this evening, so I am grateful. We've had a better class this evening, so thank you all very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the rest of your week. Namaste. Take a moment to bring yourself back. Pop any comments on the page. I'd love to hear from you. Obviously you can see me, I can't see you, but at least it's some contact in this funny old world that we're living in. So for my actual students, hopefully you all received your latest newsletter dropping into your email box yesterday with an updated timetable for the free yoga classes and also some information about some subscribed classes starting at the end of April. One of those classes will be a Saturday morning because it was requested by quite a few of you following the Saturday morning class that we did this week. You seemed to enjoy that and said the timing was good. So if you're interested in that, then please let me know. The details are all on the newsletter. If you're not on my mailing list and you would like to receive the newsletters, then just pop me a message with your current email address and I'll happily send it on to you. So there is no class on Monday because it's Easter Monday. So the weather is going to be lovely apparently for the Easter weekend. So maybe you and your family, or you and your partner, or just you on your own, because I very often go out on my own because my husband is in the at-risk category and he's actually not allowed out. So I do most of my walking on my own. Take yourself out for a walk, whether it's early morning, mid-morning, the afternoon or late evening, and just appreciate nature out there. See what you can see in the hedgerows. Take photos, send them to me. I'd love to see what you see. Listen out for the birds. You know, you get different birds at different times of day. You may have heard the birds this evening. They fly over here to go to roost in the evening, and sometimes they're quite loud, so you might have heard them in the background. So yeah, there's different sounds at different times of day. Just go out there and appreciate it, because it is quite quiet out there. There's not a lot of traffic around. And just go out and enjoy the weather when you get the opportunity. Okay, so take care, stay safe. And again, thank you all very, very much for being with me. It looks as if there's quite a few of you this evening. And I'll see you all back on the mat next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Look forward to your photos, look forward to your comments. Bye for now, take care, stay safe.